Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and got some news for you. So if you've been paying attention to the more recent videos that I uploaded, especially back over the weekend, we have a event going on at every Megaplex location called Return to Middle Earth. Essentially, we are showing in theaters the Lord of the Rings trilogy. But the twist is, this is the extended edition of each of the films. Not the ones that were originally released in theaters, but the extended versions. So that means there's extra content that was cut originally, either for time or, to make the storyline run more smoothly. And so with this, there are scenes that had been removed originally, like I said, removed originally, or shortened for time, since the movies were already long to begin with when they were first released. And so, back on Saturday, we had two marathons. One that started at 9 a.m. and ran into the evening, and those who attended would see Fellowship of the Ring, 40-minute break for lunch, which was catered. The Two Towers, then their 40-minute break with dinner, also provided by catering, and then Return the King. And yeah, so, and then we had a second marathon that started Saturday evening at 10 p.m. and ran into Saturday morning. So they would watch Fellowship, 15-minute break. Not sure what they provided. I was not working that late. But then after their 15-minute break, they would do Two Towers, have their 15-minute break, and finally Return the King. So they were up pretty much all night and well into the morning, along with 8 coworkers who volunteered to do that fun madness. If I was a lot younger, somewhat healthier, weight-wise, and my parents were, good, they were still able to stay up that late. One of them, or, I don't know what time that marathon ended, but sure it was pretty early in the morning. Since all these movies are, with the additional footage, now close to 4 hours long. Now, those aren't the only showings that we're doing for the trilogy. Right now, from up until September 3rd, as part of our Mega Reel $5 deal, however it's pronounced, we're doing Fellowship of the Ring. And then after that will be the Two Towers. And finally, Return of the King. So from essentially August to some point in September, you can see the trilogy in theaters, the extended version. And Mommy is so determined to see it that she and Mackenzie are going to the 7 p.m. showing tomorrow night. But I'm going to the 2:50 p.m. showing today. Mommy originally wanted me to do it on Wednesday, but I pointed out, yeah, these movies are close to 4 hours long because they're extended edition. Not much of a gap between when everyone leaves the theater, so it can be clean, and so everyone for the next showing can get in. So I am doing the 2:50 showing today. I already purchased my ticket in advance. I know I could have waited and done my free ticket, but I wanted to make sure I could actually get a decent seat. I mean, all the luxury seats are great, but, didn't want to be in the very front row. Done that with Lord of the Rings originally. On at least one occasion. Don't want to repeat. And I don't want to be at the very top of the theater, because I never know which theater this will be in. So, I'm seeing it today at 2:50. Yeah, I still got time till that, and I don't have a shirt for this, so but I do have Arwen's necklace. Yeah, bought this at Evermore Park when it was still running. I think it was either first time there with Steph, or maybe it was the second time we went and we took Mackenzie out for her birthday. Surprise her, something like that. I know it was one of those times, but yeah. Yeah, this is the yeah. So essentially, this is the necklace that Arwen gives Aragorn. If you have seen the trilogy, you'll know what I mean by that. And I'm also gonna be wearing when I'm actually, which I'll pull on when I'm actually in the theater. I don't want to wear it right now. Like I say, I don't really have much anything really Lord of the Rings besides this, so I'm improvising, which is honestly par for the course with me to improvise stuff. Got this green cloak. Now this is actually what Winnie Sanderson wears, but you know, it's green. It fits. I'm wearing it. And out of my tiara collection, I chose, for the fun of it, that I'll be wearing this one. Made by Refreshing Designs, bought it at FanX last year. Of course, me being me, and this annoys Daddy. Well, it doesn't frustrate him, but it annoys him. I like wearing it more like this. That's more relevant that way. I do have a tiara that's more on deal, but I would rather wear a wig under that one, honestly, because it's a little hard on the head. This one's actually easier to wear, and actually I should maybe do this. I'll tap tight, because, you know, I want it loose, but want it so it does fit properly, but not too loose or too tight. I don't want to hurt myself. But yeah, be wearing this as well. So, yep, be wearing those things. And if you're wondering, the Fellowship of the Rings, the first in the trilogy, was first released in theaters on, let's see, December 19th, 2001. Yeah. It has been 25 years. Just a little over 20 decades since the movie was first released in theaters. Yeah, and I actually knew at least a few of the actors from other things when I went to see the movie, so now I got to know Hugo Weaving voicing Megatron. I did not know him from the Matrix movies because I didn't watch those till I started college. Because when that franchise first started, I was still in high school. I was 15, so Hugo Weaving plays Elrond, Lord Elrond of Rivendell. And other actors I recognize from other things, you know, a few things. I got to know John Rhys Davies, who plays Gimli. I knew him from two of the Indiana Jones movies, Raiders of the Lost Ark and Last Crusade. And as a professor on a TV series that was called Sliders, where they were sliding from parallel Earth to parallel Earth, trying to get back to their Earth. Yeah. And I knew Christopher Lee, who played Saruman. I have actually known him for playing a Bond villain and a few other roles. And sadly, he had passed away a while back, but he was able to take part in the Hobbit trilogy, reprising his role. And I knew Sean Astin, who plays Samwise Gamgee. I actually had seen him in The Goonies. That is the first movie I ever saw him in, and I didn't make that connection until I looked him up. Like, wow. Yeah. And of course we got Ian McKellen, who I know best for playing Magneto in the X-Men trilogy, plus X-Men Days of Future Past, and he's actually reprising his role for the upcoming Avengers movie, Secret Wars. So, looking forward to seeing him playing Eric again. And let's see. Yeah, and Sean Bean, plays Boromir in the trilogy. Primarily, you see him in flashbacks in for Two Towers and Turn the King, but I digress. Anyways, I know him best for playing a villain in the James Bond movie GoldenEye, Pierce Brosnan's first outing as James Bond. Yeah, let's see. And I actually saw Kate Blanchard also play a villain in Indiana Jones and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. She does a very impressive Russian accent. So, and others I've gotten to know over time since. I mean, Liv Tyler, she was in Armageddon with Bruce Willis, other well-known actors. And others I've just gotten to know since I've seen them in this movie. But there is one, or yeah, okay, Ian Holm. He played Bilbo Baggins. He actually passed away 5 years ago on June 19th. But before I saw him as Bilbo, I'd actually seen him in their movie, The Fifth Element, starring Bruce Willis. Plays a priest. Yeah. But he was able to reprise his role as the older Bilbo in the beginning of the first Hobbit film and towards the end of the third installment of the Hobbit trilogy. So he was able to do that before his passing, which is sad. It's always sad when you lose an iconic actor, especially ones you've grown up with, which I have. I've grown up with quite a few actors over the years. But yeah, so alright. Kind of went rambling. Anyways, yeah. Looking forward to VCing, which will probably be the only time might be the only time this happens. We might do this again at a later date. I don't know, but it'll be fun to see the extended version on a big screen. Because life is too big for small screens. That's one of our sayings at Megaplex ever since we did the rebrand. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. Anyway, so like and subscribe if you're new to my channel. Ping that notification bell so you don't miss out when I upload new content. And I will see you guys all later. Bye for now.